Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tips and Gist YouTube, and this is Tips and Gist Classroom. Today, we are here to discuss how to apply for a B1, B2. That is a visitor visa to USA for conference, for tourism, for family visit. I am here to empower you today. I'm here to teach you how to apply visa by yourself. You don't need an agent. I repeat, you don't need an agent. When you go to an agent and they charge you $8,000, $10,000, it is because you don't know how to gather your documents. And it is because you don't know how to fill the visa application form. That is the DS-160 form. Because the agent is not going to attend the interview for you. You're going to attend your own interview, and the agent is not going to decide the visa for you. So whatever they charge you, whether $10,000, $20,000, it's just a matter of them gathering the documents and then they applying the visa, and that is the DS-160. And if you stick and stay, you watch this video to the end, you're going to realize that it is very easy to gather your documents, except you're not having money. But if you have money to pay an agent, then you should have money to gather the documents. This is simple logic. This is common sense. If you have money, if you have $10,000 in your room to give to an agent, then please, you should be able to use that to build your bank statement, get the other documents, and apply the visa and go. The advantage of you doing it yourself is when you get a visa, the money in your bank statement remains yours because the embassy do not take the money from your bank statement. They only confirm whether you have that money, you're financially stable to travel. So if you have $10,000 and you build your own bank statement with it, and then you apply the visa and you get the $10,000 is yours. And then you go to America, you still have $10,000 in your coffers where you can use some to book your flight and other stuff. But if you give the agent $10,000 to provide a bank statement and everything to you, when they apply the visa and then you get the visa, everything is theirs. You don't have any $10,000 remaining. And aside that, most of the agents nowadays, they are not doing the right thing, and that is they are banning a lot of people. I used to tell people when you apply for a visa and they ban you, it is the fault of the agent because any consulate or any embassy will either refuse you or grant you the visa, except you forge a document, and that is when they ban you. So if you are listening to me and they ban you to a particular country, it means the agent forged a document, and that is criminal offense. They were not supposed to do that. In fact, when you are learning how to fill the visa application form, the DS-160 form, you realize that at a point in time, the American government will ask you, did you get help filling the form? They are going to ask you, did somebody assist you to fill the form? When you click yes, they want the details of that person because American government want you to do that application yourself. They want you to apply the visa yourself. And it is very easy. You don't know. You have never applied one before. I have applied a couple of times and I have experience. I know how to apply it. And so I'm coming to teach you. But that is not the main reason we are here. The document is very, very important. If you apply the visa, you attend the interview and you don't have strong documents, they are not going to give you the visa. So in this session, we are going to discuss every document that you need. Please, I want you guys to understand that before you make up your mind to travel, plan ahead. Just like you building a house, you need to plan. You need to plan ahead before you even build a house. The same way, you can't just go on TikTok. I want to travel. You go into a DM of a travel and tour agent. I want to travel. Take me to USA. Take me to Canada. You guys are desperate, and that is what most of you guys are doing. You don't plan ahead. You are supposed to sit down and say, I want to use 6 months to plan. I want to plan this 2025 September. I want to go to USA 2025 September. I am not having money now, but let me use 1 year to plan. Gather documents. Let me make money. Let me build my bank statement. Plan ahead. Your itineraries before you can book a conference, before you can book hotel, before you can book a flight. At least you have an idea of when you are entering USA. Because if you don't know the date you want to go to USA, you cannot book a hotel. because the hotel, they want to ask you, when are you coming to sleep in the room? You understand? And so before you even get your documents, you've already planned that I want to go to USA in September, 19th September. And that is how the date will assist you to book the hotel. So planning is very, very important. If you are booking a tourist attraction center, they're going to ask you, when do you want to visit that attraction center? And so if you don't know when you're going to USA, that means you have poor planning. If you are filling the DS-160 form, they ask you that, do you have a travel plan? Have you planned? You can go no and then go for the interview. And then we go for the interview, now tell them that you've now planned. But in fact, if you are filling the DS-160 and you've planned ahead, you indicate everything on the DS-160 is a plus for you. Even though when you're filling the DS-160 for an appointment and you say, no, I've not planned, they will still accept it, call you for an interview. And then when you're going, you take your plan alongside. But if you have planned and then you indicate everything on the DS-160, it is very, very important. The next thing is also to know the documents. Now, your itinerary, when we say itinerary, in other words, a schedule, right? You know, American English and British English. So a schedule or a schedule, your itinerary. And that is what agents used to charge you. I'm booking an itinerary for you, $6,000. They are lying. It's just a planning. You want to go to USA. What is your plan? What is your schedule? When do you want to go to USA? When do you want to leave USA? By what means? What purpose? Where are you going to stay? How are you going to feed? So that is your travel plan. So when do you want to go to USA is your date. By what means? The flight, your flight reservation is part of the itinerary plan. What purpose? I want to go for conference. I want to go for tour. And that is the purpose. Where do you want to stay? This is not a family visit, so I will be lodging in a hotel. So I want to reserve a hotel, get my hotel reservation ticket. So the itinerary plan, your itinerary, the schedule, it will help you to gather the itinerary documents. And so today in this section, we are going to learn how to book a hotel, pay for it, and then we get our reservation ticket. We are going to learn how to book tourist attraction centers. We are going to learn how to book a flight. And then we are going to learn how to book a conference. So I'll be taking you to various visa portals, websites where we can get links to these things that I mentioned. Then after getting your itinerary documents and your itinerary plan, when you apply for a Canada visa, sometimes you are supposed to do that plan in a tabulated format where you tell the officer how you're going to spend your money. That day one, day two, day three, I'm going to spend 5 days. I'll be spending, the hotel is about $800. I'll be feeding $100 a day. I'll be doing this. I'll be doing this. So my itinerary cost is this. You try to explain to the visa officer in a document how you're going to spend your money so that they can link it up to your bank statement and see if you're financially stable. That is for Canada, because you don't go for interview for Canada. But USA, you'll be going for interview. So your plan should be off head, because they're going to ask you, how many days are you going to stay in USA? You already told them you have your documents, where you're going to stay and everything, but they want to know the process involved. Now you're going to stay in this hotel, you're going for a conference, but how are you going to feed? Where are you going? How much your budget and everything? So the itinerary cost should be off head in terms of USA. But in terms of Canada, you can design it a tabulated format, a Microsoft Office document or PDF, tabulated, and add it to your supporting documents. Now, after knowing your itinerary cost and the itinerary plan, the next one is your home ties. Now, the main purpose of a visitor visa is to go and to come back. If you have any agenda, it is not legal, and so we don't include it in our section. So the main purpose of you going to USA is to go and to come back. And in fact, the government would decide if they want to give you a multiple entry, they are going to decide the number of years that they'll give to you. You don't tell them I need 5 years or 6 years. No, the government's own discretion. And so the government can give you a 5 years multiple entry, a 10 years multiple entry, 8 years multiple entry. You don't tell them, they decide. But per rule or per law, when you enter USA, every entry or per entry, you are supposed to come back. You are not supposed to stay for more than 6 months. If you stay more than 6 months, then probably you are supposed to renew your visa, but you cannot just stay there for more than 6 months without telling the government that is the reason why I have overstayed. No. And for instance, you go and within the 6 months, you want to come back, you are sick, you've been admitted to a hospital, you cannot book a flight, you've been admitted to a hospital, then you can use that to claim and then you extend your stay. Apart from that, you should get a genuine reason why you want to extend your stay. But you cannot stay there for more than 6 months without providing a genuine reason why you have overstayed or even extending the government granting your extension. You understand? You become illegal. And when you become illegal, the remaining years is void. For instance, they give you 5 years or 10 years. You go the first entry, you overstay. That is all. You've become illegal, so you don't have a visa again. But the remaining 9 years is void. You cannot use it to travel to USA again. In fact, if they catch you, they will deport you because you are illegal over there. So we have to abide by the rules. If you have your own perception, then you have to also get a plan B, of which I cannot discuss on my channel. In fact, before I go on the government website for us to discuss into details what it is about, I want to issue a disclaimer, as I always do, that I am not an immigration lawyer and I'm not an immigration advisor. I'm a content creator, and this content in this video is meant purely for educational purposes. It's not intended to be used as a legal advice. If you want a personalized legal advice, then you should always seek the advice of a qualified immigration attorney or a lawyer. All right, thank you very much. Now, when you plan everything, your itinerary and everything, now because the purpose is to go and to come back per entry, that means you need a home tie. When we say a home tie, T-I-E, or ties, T-I-E-S, just like a tie, a bow tie, or you wear a suit, you have your tie, you understand, a tie, something tying you. So a home tie is what is in your home country. You are from Ghana, you are living in Ghana. What is in Ghana that is tying you to Ghana, that when you go to America, you cannot overstay. Definitely you go back, and that is what we call the home tie. So every government, when every country, they want to give you a visa, and most especially temporary forms of visa like a visitor visa, a student visa, if they want to give it to you, they want a strong home tie. They want to know what is unique in your home country that is tying you, that will take you back, so that they can trust you that when they give the visa to you, you will go back. And that is what we call the home tie. Now, the home tie, per the reasons or per law, what they want a tie that will take you back. And so when we break it down, we call something the socio-economic tie. Socio-economic tie. When we say socio, it is from the word society or social. Now, what is in your society? What role do you play in your society? Do you play in your family, your community that is taking you back to your home country, that will not let you be overstay in USA? And that is a social tie. So if you are married and you are leaving your kids, your children, your wife in your home country, you can use that as a social tie. Say, hey, government, I am married, I have my beautiful wife, I have my nice children. I cannot come and stay in the USA for a long period. I'm just coming for my conference, and I will need to go back and take care of my family. My kids need me. They need a father. And that is a strong social tie. If you are married, if you're not married, don't say, I am not married, so what should I do? It is not compulsory to be married. People travel to USA, they are not married. But marriage is part of a social tie. Family is part of a social tie. And a document you can use to prove that is your marriage certificate and the birth certificates of your children. And that is your family or part of the social tie. If you are having a position in your community, if you are an assemblyman or any position in your community, a unit committee member, any position that you can get a reference, you can use that as a social tie. If you're having a strong position in the church should be recognized. It shouldn't be like one man church. No, it should be a recognized church that the American government is aware of, like a Roman Catholic church, a Methodist church, a Presbyterian church. These are recognized churches international, international wise. And so if you are belonging to the Catholic church and you are a youth president, a diocese youth president, or how do you call it, a parish, right? Parish youth president, then you can go to the bishop for a letter that you are a youth president, you are taking care of the youth and everything, and so you cannot overstay. You have to definitely come back and assume your position, and that is something that is a position in the society, because a church is also a community, it's a society. All these are social ties. If you have your charity foundation, a small charity foundation that every year you go to the children home, the orphanage home, to give them gift packages, your own fundraising, something like a charity foundation in your name, it is also a social tie. You can tell them that, look, I'm having my own charity foundation that I'm building in my community to empower my community. That every year or every 6 months, we go to the prisons, we preach to them, we talk to them, we encourage them, we gift them, we go to the children's home, the orphanage home, and I am the leader. And so I cannot leave that. If I go to US and I don't come back, that charity foundation is going to collapse. And so I will come back. I will definitely come back. And that is also a social tie. So you need documents to be proving all these things. You understand? Now, when we come to the economic, I told you it is a socio-economic tie that makes up the home tie. When we come to the economic aspect, economic is something financially, it has something to do with finance, it has something to do with properties. You understand? Now, when we come to the finance, how do you get money? Are you working? Are you a student? How do your occupation, how do you survive? How do you live economic wise? So if you are working, you are a self-employed, you have your documents, you understand. So if you are a self-employed, that means you should be having your company. And with your company, it means you should have your company license or your company certificate. You should be paying tax, VAT, value added tax. I don't know how you call it in your home country, but in Ghana, they call it VAT, the value added tax. You should be paying tax to the government. And so the tax return, you should be able to have that document if you are self-employed. So your business certificate, your company business certificate, your VAT return or the tax return, and then the company should be financed, right? Every company should have a business bank statement. And does not belong to you, the individual. It is for the company. So if you want to tell the government that, look, I am self-employed, I have my company, then you should have a bank statement for the company. That is different from your personal bank statement. In that case, you are going to need a true bank statement. One for your company to show that you have a registered company that is up and running, and then you have your own personal bank statement. All right. Now, if you have these documents, you are good to go as a self-employed. If you are an employee, you are working for a company, whether the government or a private company, documents you will need to prove your employment is your appointment letter. Now you get appointment letter when you are being appointed to a particular role. When you first get your appointment to that company. If you are working in Ghana and you don't have appointment letter, please let your employer do some for you. Let them do appointment letter for you. It is very, very important. And let them state the date they appointed you. Because after the contract, after the offer letter, you were supposed to get an appointment letter. So let them get one for you. Another document you will need is a recommendation letter. Now, recommendation letter is your employer is recommending you, that they have understood that you are leaving your role, you are leaving your job, go to USA and spend a week or 2 weeks and come back, and they are ready to let somebody occupy your position to make sure that the company do not collapse. Because you cannot just leave the company like that, go to USA and the government will allow you. What happens to your company way back home? So your employer is supposed to recommend you to the government that it is an agreement, they have understood, or probably you are going with your annual leave. And in that case, they are supposed to attach your annual leave document to it. So anyhow you get your recommendation letter, per your employer's discretion, they should get you a recommendation letter. Another document you're going to need is a pay slip. Now, if you are working for a company and they are paying you and they don't generate pay slips for you, let them start generating pay slips for you. It is very, very important. It is very, very important because if you tell the government that you take 1,000 Ghana cedis a month and you don't have a pay slip, what is the evidence that you take that 1,000 Ghana cedis a month? So pay slip is very, very important to prove your salary. And the salary is indicating that one, you are comfortable in the job. Now they use the salary to blend with the bank statement to decide whether you are comfortable, whether your bank statement, your job is a strong home tie. For instance, you can tell them that you are a teacher, you take 2,000 Ghana cedis a month, and they will still refuse you. Why? Because after the 2,000 Ghana cedis, when they read your bank statement, when you get the 2,000 Ghana cedis, you spend everything. That means you are financially handicapped. That means in Ghana, as a teacher, you are struggling to survive. The 2,000 is not enough for you. So when they give you a visa to USA, you are not coming back. But if you're having a job, that same teacher, if they look at your pay slip and they compare to your spendings on your bank statement and they realize that, look, you take 2,000, every month you spend 1,000 Ghana and save 1,000 Ghana, that means that the teaching that you're doing is very, you're comfortable with it, right? That means you are satisfied. And so when you go to USA, you still come back to your job because you will never come back to Ghana when you have a job that you're not satisfied with. So if you are satisfied, that is only when you come back. So you proving your job alone is not okay for them. They want to know whether that job, you are satisfied with the job. You can only tell them you are satisfied by linking up your pay slip to your bank statement, the spendings on your bank statement, where they can know that, look, this gentleman is satisfied with his or her job. I believe you are following the conversation. Now, after your pay slips, you are good to go. Others will add other documents to it, but that is not of importance. Now, another economic type is asset. Are you having a property? Are you having a car, a land, a farm, a house? All these are assets. It is a form of finance. We call something, I've forgotten in terms of economics. Is it liquid money or solid money? I've forgotten it. Like if you're having a house, you can sell it. So it's a form of money, even though it is a building. But when you need money, you can sell the house and become money. It becomes physical cash. So a house is also part of your bank statement, even though they cannot quantify it. So you are using that to attach to your bank statement. That apart from this money I have in the bank, I'm also having a house that one day I can even sell it. That is why you understand. If you have a land, a farm, a car, in terms of difficulties, you can sell them. So these assets are form of money, but I've forgotten the right term that they use. I don't know. I've forgotten the right term that they use for it. So all these assets, you can have documents of it and then attach it to your economic ties. So together with the social and economic ties, together we call it the home ties or the socio-economic ties. And this is how you can prove to the government that you will come back. So if before they give you a B1, B2 visa, they want to know that one, what are you coming to do in USA? What is your plan? What is your reason? Why are you coming to USA? And that is the itinerary. That is why we are going to learn how to book the hotel, book the conference, book the tour, book the flight. And that is why, reason why, how, the why and the how we will come to USA. And what is taking us back is our home ties. So these two reasons, if you're able to prove all correctly, and then you go to the interview and then you explain yourself very well. Because in Canada, you have something we call letter of explanation, LOE, where you explain it into details in an essay form. But America, you don't submit the documents, so you have to go meet them one-on-one, and then you explain things to them. And so if you are able to go and explain, blend your itinerary, the why and the how, and also how you come back to your home country. If you're able to explain things to them and they are touched, they are going to give the visa to you. So with this explanation, you know that the agents are not doing anything for you guys. They are just spending your money because they know this information and then they keep it here. They don't want to help each other. They don't want to give it to you guys, but tips and just I am here to share this information with you. Now, let us go on the government portal. At this point, if you're on TikTok, please move to YouTube. If you can go on Facebook, because they can also see the screen, move to YouTube and then leave your comments over there. Move to YouTube and look at how the American visa portal is. Some of you don't even know how the portal is. And please, when it comes to visa application, it is best you use a laptop because some of the websites it has been optimized to a desktop format. So if you're using a mobile phone, you see your browser will keep refreshing, and then when you enter something, it will take you back and forth. So please get a laptop, a proper one, proper laptop at least. You know these laptop, Toshiba, Dell, HP. Buy. You see, you want to travel, you don't want to pay $8,000 to an agent. So invest 2,000 Ghana cedis, about $150. Buy a laptop. Buy a laptop, and then you can get. If you don't have a modem, you can hotspot with your phone. You hotspot, and then it connects to your laptop as a Wi-Fi, and then you can apply your visa. You understand? Because the agent that you are going to their office, they are not using mobile phone to do the visa for you. They are using laptops. So if you want to do the visa yourself, please get a computer, get a laptop. It is very, very important for your journey. It will help you in job applications, it will help you in school applications, and it will help you in visa applications. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. All right. Now, this is how the American visa portal is. The link to the US visa portal, I have embedded on Facebook and then on YouTube. On Facebook, on top of this video that you're watching, you see all the links. On YouTube, you have to hit the caption, the title of the video. Hit the title, and then you see the links under the title. All right. Now, this is how the USA visa portal is. travel.state.gov. travel.state.gov. They have a notice that on 1st November, there is a crisis support for U.S. citizens in Lebanon. Some U.S. citizens are in Lebanon and they are going through crisis. So the government issued a notice that they need support for their citizens in Lebanon. But let's forget about that because we don't need that information. When you come down, you're going to see travel.state.gov. That is the U.S. Department of State. Now, you see, we have the US passport, the international travel, US visas, and other stuffs. So you click on the US visas, and you are going to see this sub tab. So this is the main tab, and then this is the sub tab. When you click on the US visas, you're going to see tourism and visit, business, employment, study and exchange. So that the business is mainly for conferences and other stuffs. And then they have the employment, and that is the working visas, and they have the study and exchange, the F1, the M1, the J1 visas, right? And then the other immigrant, the DV lottery and other stuffs are under the other visa categories, right? Okay, so under the tourism and visit, that is where you're going to see a visitor visa. Now listen, they are saying that a visitor visa is a non-immigrant visa or are non-immigrant visas for persons who want to enter USA for a business. So the business is the B1. Business is B1. And then for tourism is the B2. Listen, so they have the B1 separate, they have the B2 separate, and they have the combination of the B1 and the B2, calling it the B1, B2. So today what we are going to learn is the B1/B2. You can opt for the B1. If you're only going for a conference, you can apply for a B1 and go to USA. If you're only going for a tour, you can go for a B2. But if you want to blend a conference and a tour, and that is the B1, B2. And according to experience, those who have applied for the B1, B2, they give them multiple entry. And so people do not want to apply the B1 alone. For instance, if I want to go for conference and apply B1, and you give me a single entry that I should go for the conference, and another time I have to apply for a visa again, then I can add a tourist attraction center to my conference so that I get a true itinerary that I am going for a business, that is a conference, I'm going for a pleasure, that is a tourism, and therefore I need a B1, B2. And then the government will give me the B1, B2. So if you want to apply a B1, B2, that means you have to book a conference and also book a tourist attraction center to it. So the B1, B2 is serving as a purpose of tourism and then business purpose, that is the conference. Please, I hope you are following. So you've been hearing B1, B2, B1, B2 for visit. It is not only for visit, it should serve two purposes. Because if you don't know that your purpose, then your documents will be wrong. If you know your purpose, I told you your purpose. Your purpose is your itinerary, your schedule. So if you know your purpose and you know the purpose of the visa, that it is for business and for pleasure, it's for business and for tourism, then therefore, if you're booking, you are doing your bookings, you should try and book your conference and then book some tourist attraction centers as well. All right. Now, you see, you can see the B1, and that is for business associate, to attend educational professional conferences, to settle an estate, and to negotiate a contract. So the B1 is mainly for this. And so conference is part of this, and therefore it is there. Now, B2 is for tourism, for vacation, for medical treatment, to participate in services organizations, for musical concert, and also for recreational short courses. So conference is not part of the B2. And therefore, if you want to go for a conference and a tour at the same time, then you need to combine the B1, B2, where you get the visa to serve such purposes. Now, if you want to get that visa, you need to fill an online visa application form. The visa application form should be online before you print the confirmation page. When we say something is a confirmation page, that means they have confirmed that your information is in their system. So you click on the page, you fill every details, the DS-160. It is questions about yourself. It's just like how I taught you guys for the American lottery. So you answer questions about yourself, and then after that, you sign and submit. And then they are going to confirm that they have received it, the embassy has received it, and then you print the confirmation page for your interview. When you're going for the interview, you go alongside your confirmation page. Now, if you are submitting a DS-160 form, you need a photograph, a passport photograph, just like the American lottery. And the standard is the same as the American lottery, a white background, 2 by 2 inches. So it's the same thing. So you can see that the picture must meet the photo requirements. And so when you click on it, it is taking you to the education that I did on the American lottery picture quality. And so if you have your picture for the US lottery, then fine. But make sure that your picture is not more than 6 months old. So if you are listening to me 2024, please take another picture, edit to the American standard, and then use it for your DS-160 form. You get it? After submitting and getting your a confirmation page and everything, you have to schedule an interview or schedule an interview. And therefore, the interview, they are saying that some 13 years and younger is not required, but if you're 14 to 79 years, it is required. It is required. And then 80 years and above is not required. So you have to schedule it with your embassy. So the consulate or the embassy is where you want to go and do your interview. If you are in Ghana and then you want to select Ghana, that means you have to click on that link and you select Ghana, Accra, and then you choose it. If you are in London, UK, they have their consulate in UK. They have embassy in Qatar, Dubai, wherever you are, you're listening to me from. They have embassies. However, the interview dates are different according to the embassy where you want to go for the interview. You understand? And so people used to choose different consulate, even though they are not in the country. I know a couple of Ghanaians who go to South Africa, they go to Cote d'Ivoire for their interview because they are not closer, or that is where they can get a closer appointment. You understand? So you can choose a different consulate. If you have means of travel, you can go there, and that consulate accept foreigners. I know South Africa accept people from Ghana in their embassy. Cote d'Ivoire does the same. People were going to Togo, and I heard people saying that Togo said they shouldn't come there again, or blah blah blah. I cannot confirm that. But before you go, you select a consulate. Make sure that if you know somebody who went there and has a good record, that they are very good, you can also go there. Okay, so be asking people who are in USA, where did you go for your appointment? Please, can you tell me where you went for your visa appointment? And then you can use their countries as yours. Now, I have embedded a link where you can check your current appointment. You need that to decide your plan. For instance, if you want to go for a conference, your own plan is, I want to go for a conference um, next year, April, but I'm in Ghana. And then you go and check when is the nearest date for me to get appointment in Ghana. And they are saying 2026 instead of 2025. The conference, it means you cannot book a conference in 2025. That means you have to also plan 2026 because that is your immediate appointment date. So I have embedded the link. Those on YouTube, you have the link to check your appointment. And then those on YouTube, you click on the caption, you see that link also. Check, when you go there, they'll ask you which embassy. You click on the embassy and they are going to calculate for you. I'm going to do it for you guys to see. And so you check on that. Let's go there. Let's go there. It is very easy. Let's go there so that we can finish on time. Yeah, so the visa appointment wait times. I have embedded this link as I told you guys. So when you come here, they are asking you, they said it is an estimate. It is an estimate. It is not accurate. So when you come here, they are asking the city. So when you are in Ghana, the embassy is in Accra. So Accra, you go to Accra and it will calculate for you. So you want a B1, B2. This is here. So B1, B2 currently, it is 460 days. So 460 days means that is over 1 year because 360 days is 1 year and another 100 days is about 3 months. So that means 1 year, 3 months. So we are in 2024. That means your nearest date should be somewhere 2026 February. You understand? Because 2025 November will be 1 year and the 3 months should be somewhere February 2026. And if that is when you want to use Ghana as your appointment, that is why I have embedded the link. So please, whenever you are ready, I know people will be applying the visas next year. Come here first, check your appointment before you can book your conference. If not, most of the conference will expire before you go for your interview. And therefore, you don't have a reason of entry. Let's say you are in Ghana, but you want to go to Cote d'Ivoire, I think it's Abidjan. Abidjan, B1, B2, they said 280 days. That is less than a year. So that means you'll be getting appointment in 2025. And so if you calculate it and it's about somewhere in November, then you have to book the conference in November and fill the DS260 form, DS160 form now, so that you can book it November. And you know your conference is also maybe November, December. So you book a conference maybe 1 month ahead, right? Then you fill the application form now, book the November 2025, and then you wait. Build a strong bank statement because you don't need to provide a bank statement when you are filling a DS160 form, so that you can use that 1 year to start building your bank statement, your pay slip, and everything. Because they are only going to ask you, where do you work? How much do you receive a month? So you just type, I work with Mr. Ankama Company Limited. It is in the Joso post office, blah, blah, blah. And this is my duty. I take 2,000 Ghana cedis a month. But they will not ask you your bank statement. You don't need it for your DS160. So even if you don't have a bank statement, you can start. So that is why I told you that plan ahead. Plan ahead. So first look at the date you get an immediate appointment and go to the conferences site and then book a conference that is a bit ahead, maybe 1 month or 2 months ahead. Then use the conference date and everything to fill the DS160 form. In fact, you don't need to book the conference. You don't need to book the conference. You can just get the details that this is the conference, this is the organization, and that is where the conference is going. Then you use that details to fill the DS160, get appointment date. Then when you get money, you go and book the conference. Because a conference in 2025, it will not be sold by now. Conferences are not sold early like that. So it will be there. They will register it there. They will tell you we are hosting a conference in 2025. Probably they've opened how do we call it, the application for that conference, but you can wait till 2025. If you have money, then you book it, because it will be the same company, the same conference title and everything. You get a conversation. So you don't have to be ready by now, but you can plan. So traveling is just planning. People do not know all these things and they are like, hey, I want to go to America, please take me. That is why the agents will forge documents for you, because they cannot plan. They cannot plan 1 year. They need the money. They need the cash now. So they plan, they forge something for you, and then you go and they bounce you, they ban you. So let's say if you want to go to South Africa, South Africa, is it Johannesburg? South Africa, is it Johannesburg? Yeah. Yeah. So South Africa, B1, B2 is just 9 days. 9 days. So if you want, you have flight. Now Ghana is a visa free to South Africa. So if you have money to travel to South Africa for a conference, they say you get appointment within 9 days. So you can just book now January. There's a conference coming. So you can book January conference. And then you apply your visa, how do you call it? You fill the DS-160 form. Then you choose South Africa as your consulate, and you get appointment maybe even this November or even December. Then you fly, go and get your visa, and then January you go to USA. You get it? So it depends on the country. If you are in the UK, and let's say London, if you're in the UK, London, it's 90 days, so 3 months. Therefore, it means we are in November. So November, December, January, by February, you should get appointment. You should get appointment. The last time, I think last week, somebody got 10th February for her appointment, 10th February for her appointment. So in London, so it is accurate. That 90 days is accurate. You understand? Yes. So if they said 90 days, it means 3 months. And so we are in November, December, January, February. You should get your appointment. So these are dates. Okay, these are calculated dates. So you need it to know when you are going. All right. Now, apart from the dates and everything, the next thing that you need to know is your documents. I've explained the documents, your home ties and everything, but please don't forget your passport, your traveling passport. You need to go with a traveling passport. And then if you have travel experience, one thing USA they like is if you have travel experience. There are some people, they were born in Ghana, they are currently living in Ghana, they've never even bought a flight before. They've not traveled before. Please book a visit to Dubai. Go to Dubai, travel. Go to South Africa is visa free. Get some 2,000, 20,000 Ghana cedis, book a flight, go and come back. Get travel experience. To Quine, get travel experience. I'm not saying it is compulsory, but it help you. But if you have already migrated from Ghana, you've traveled before, you don't need a travel experience again. If you want it, then you go. It is not compulsory. But if you're in Ghana, one secret is they need a travel experience. So travel, right? Get a passbook, something in your passport that you've traveled, and it is going to help you. Because if you are filling the DS-160 form, they ask you that have you traveled to any country in the last 5 years? It is on the DS-160 form, and you are supposed to indicate. All right. Now, I think at this point, you guys understand whatever we are discussing. So what is left is how to book our itineraries. And then when we have time, we can discuss into details how to build the bank statement. You get it? Now, let us go to book our conference. A website that I have a website where you can book Canada and USA conferences, but it's about 8 different websites. I did that on YouTube. You can go and watch that video. I'm going to use one of the websites to teach you guys today. And I like that website because they offer the notarized invitation. When they say a notarized invitation, that means when you book a conference with them, they get a lawyer to alert the embassy that you are coming to their embassy for a visa for their conference. And so before you go to that embassy, your message is with the embassy. So for instance, I told a lady, she did it, and then she got a notarized invitation. And before she got her notarized invitation from the conference company, the embassy in London, the American embassy in London, has sent an email that a conference in USA, this company has written to them that she is coming to their embassy for a visa. And so she got that email, and the next day, that conference invitation, they also sent it. So before they will even send the invitation letter to you, they have even notarized the embassy. That is a good record that the embassies are aware that you're coming to them even before you submit your DS-160. And that is what we call the notarized invitation. And so that is one secret I like about that website. Now, let us go on that website. Let me search it. I don't have it as part of my plan today. Let me search it. I will when I'm done, I will add embed the link to it. I will embed the link. I didn't add the link on YouTube, so I'll embed the link. Yeah, so we call them the Global Conference Alliance Incorporate. The Global Conference Alliance Incorporate. Some people are saying those doing screen recording, I agree to you. You don't need to screen record. This video will be on Facebook forever. It will be on YouTube forever. It is those on TikTok that they are supposed to join us and then benefit from whatever we are doing. If you don't come and see how to book the conference, you will come here and you don't know what to do. So please just come on the website and learn how to book the conference. I have tried with my details. I've tried to fill it, and now I know how to do. I'm coming to show you. I've taught people how to book it. They have booked it. As the lady that I told you, I taught her, she was able to do it. And so you should be able to do it when you come and watch this video. All right. So Global Conference Incorporated. When you come here, upcoming conferences. They have upcoming conferences over here. And then you see they have conferences in Canada, conferences in USA, conferences in Mexico, conferences in Australia and Turkey. So you went to USA. So you click USA. When you click USA, they have their cities. They have Miami, they have Seattle, and they have New York. So you can choose conferences in New York, you can choose Miami, or you can choose Seattle. So let's say you want a conference in New York. Let's say you want a conference in New York. Or sometimes you don't even have to choose the cities, but you have to go by the conference title because some of the conference, it should be linked to you. It should have something to do with what you are doing so that you can use that to explain. Like there's a conference about nursing, there's a conference about patient care. I'm a nurse in Ghana, and so when I go for that conference, it will help broaden my knowledge. It will help equip me in my area of practice. They are doing a conference about tourism, and then I am a hospitality student or about something. And so when I go and learn it, they are doing a conference about social media management, and then I am a YouTube content creator. I am a TikTok content creator, and I want to attend that conference to build my page to learn how to do my social media. They are doing conference about entrepreneur, and I'm a business person. So sometimes you don't need to select the city, but you need to select the country, and then you go by topic so that the conference will be related to whatever you are going to do in that country. I believe you understand. So instead of us selecting the city, we come up here and then we select the country. So USA. So we click on that, and then every country going on USA will come here. Now they have the cities over here, they have the topics here, and they have the date. So they have up to 2025. They have registered their conferences up to 2025. So if you are using Ghana, where you will need to go for the conference in 2026, that means you cannot book it because they have registered up to 2025. Unless we enter 2025 before they book 2026 conferences. You understand how they do this. So if you are in a country where you can get appointment in 2025, then you can book any of the month in 2025. All right. So you can ignore the month, or you can you can filter the month, or you can filter according to. So they have business and economic topics, they have digital marketing, they have human resource management, they have IT and networking, they have engineering, and they have leadership management. So if you look at some of the popular conferences in January 2025, they have this accounting and finance management, and they have women in business and leadership. They have conference on oil, gas, and petroleum engineering. They have conference on frontline leadership. So this one, leadership is anybody. If you are a boss in your job, let's say you're in a hospital and then you are the senior colleague. you are a ward manager, or you are how do we call it? I don't know how, I've forgotten how you call your supervisors. Yes, if you're a supervisor, you are all leadership, frontline leadership. You can attend that conference, and you tell the government that you want to use it to build your leadership skills. Please, when you come under my comment sections, Onanimika actor, please don't share any link. Please, this is a classroom. We are serious. Please don't share any link to anybody in the comment section. Okay, don't share any link to anybody. You can copy our link and then share it to your friends, but don't share external links under the comment section, because I don't know the website that you're sharing. Either than that, I'll block you. Please. They have a conference on African economic culture. So African economy. So this one, any African can join. They have HR training, so human resource training and development. You can also go. They have business management. This is Indian, it's not for us. They have leadership. They have digital marketing. So digital marketing, electrical and mechanical engineering. So if you are an electrician, you are an engineer, you can all go for that, right? They have HR ethics and compliance. They have a lot. So even in January, they have a lot of topics. We're still in January. They have cross-cultural leadership. They have conference on strategic management and planning, business networking, business marketing. They have internet marketing. They have search engine optimization. That is for these YouTube content creators, right? These IT specialists. They have entrepreneurship. Everybody can do it if you're a business person. They have sports and entertainment marketing. They have conference on supply chain management. They have African and business technology, global and emerging market, computer. So information technology and computer science. So those IT students, you can all go for this conference, right? They have it. So I think every month they repeat the same topics. So if you don't like January, you can get the same topics in February, or you can get the same topics in March. If you don't get March, that topic in March, you can get it in April. All right. So I will encourage that you book it according to a topic that suits your profession, so that you can explain it to the American government why you want to attend that conference. Right? So they have a lot. They have a lot. So we're still in that same January, and then you can see that there is a lot. So this is page number 3, and it is a lot. So you have to go through. They have even social media marketing. They have a lot. Sometimes you get health-related programs. I saw nursing that was in Canada. That was not in USA. I don't know why USA they are not having it. But health, they have nursing courses, a lot of nursing courses in Canada. So I don't know. I don't know if 2026 they are going to register. But if you are a nurse, you can get something else to go. They have a lot. I've said a lot of topics. So if you come through and then you look through it, you get it. And if you don't understand the topic, when you click on that particular conference, they are going to explain what will transpire. So you can use that to get an idea of whatever you're going to learn, and then you use that to go and explain yourself during the interview appointment. So you see social media management in February, social media management. So if you're a content creator, you have a Facebook channel, a YouTube channel, a TikTok channel, and you can say, I'm going for social media content. I do this on social media, and then I want to manage my social media. Or I am a business person there. I have a social media. I market through social media. I post my stuff, but I don't know how to build my page. And this important conference, I want to go there. All right. So it is very, very important. So the price is always, so you are a listener. The price is 500 US dollars, 500 US dollars. You don't need to pay the money now. What you are supposed to do is to look at the topic of the conference, the date and everything, the address, and use that to fill your DS 160 form. Get appointment, and then when it is getting closer, you book it. You get it. So you don't need to book it now, except your conference is closer. So if the conference is December 2025, it will still be there. People will not book it now. They'll wait till maybe August, September next year. So you can just look at the title and everything, use the information to fill your DS-160. That I'm going to a conference. It is happening in Houston. So this is the location. Houston, USA, February 14th to 16th. So you've seen your date, everything. So if you're doing your itinerary planning, they're asking you, when are you coming to USA? You can say, I want to come to USA on the 13th. So that on 14th, You start the conference on 16th. Most of the time, the conference is on the 15th, but they will intentionally say 14th to 15th, 16th because they want you to arrive on 14th, come to the conference on 15th, and leave by 16th. So if you read the details of the conference or when you get the invitation letter, they will state the actual date that it is happening probably in the middle of that 14th, 15th. So it should be 15th. And they will tell you the deadline when you can book the conference. So this conference is February, and they are saying deadline to book is January. Deadline to book is January. So this is telling you that if you have a conference in December 2025, the deadline will be November 2025. So if you don't have money, don't say, hey, tips, $500, I'm not having it. $500 is like 7,000 Ghana cedis. So you can be saving money, and just you need the information. You need the information to fill the DS-160 because they'll be asking you, where are you going for the conference? What is the location of that conference? Where will you be staying? Right? So you need the information. That is why I brought you here. You get a point. All right. So I'm teaching you how to build. I don't really know if we should try and apply, or probably I should do that in another section. Let's try and apply. So you click on the buy now. Buy now. And every conference that you go, if you go back, they will tell you that you get official certificate of attendance. So after you finish, you get certificate of attendance, you get invitation copies sent to the embassies globally. All right. So everything. So they have everything that you need. So you just click on the buy now. They're saying because I went back, I have to refresh. Sorry, I need to go back. Where is this? Yeah. Yeah. Fail to add product. Why? Is it because I refreshed the page? I came back. Let's choose another conference and see. Yes, it's because I went back. So you see the, oh, okay. It has added up here. So when you come here, don't forget, because I clicked on the buy now, it has added to my product. So please always look at your product. So you see the product is here. 17 social media is $500. All right. Now they have the notarized invitation letter. I told you that they have the normal invitation and they have the notarized. Now, the notarized means that they will inform the immigration people. You get a lawyer, a particular lawyer, the stamp and everything will also be on the invitation letter sent to you. So it wouldn't be just a normal invitation as other conference websites do. But this one, they'll get an immigration lawyer to stamp on it, everything, just like you having a letter from a cafe, and you having a letter from those commission of oath people. When you go for a letter from a commission of oath, you see that they have something that they stamp on the letter to make it like official legal letter. And you going to a cafe to type a letter, you see that it is different. Yes. So when they print the invitation to you, that is normal invitation. But the notarized one, you're going to get a lawyer stamp and everything to make it official. And aside that, they're also going to inform the embassy. And so the seal, yeah, it's a seal, yes. So if you get the notarized, so you have to purchase that if you want it. It's not compulsory though. So if you click on that, that means you're going to pay 600. Now they have the visa expedited request letter. Now, visa expedited is when the visa is approaching and you don't have an interview date in your home country. Let's say the conference is in 2025, and then your date in Ghana is 2026. You can book an emergency appointment date, and we call it the expedited. Now, the expedited, it is a 50-50 something. It is up to the embassy to decide whether they'll give it to you or not. So I don't really go for that. What I preach to people is rather select an embassy where you get a closer date than to opt for an expedited, because the expedited, the embassy can still say, we don't have time for you. It is only when you're coming, you are sick, you're coming for a medical reason or something, your conference can wait. If this conference you cannot attend another one, so they can reject your expedited request. And so they are saying that if you want expedited and you don't know how to write the letter, the expedited letter, then they can write it for you and they are charging you $100. I don't say people should go for it, but if you want to go for it, then you can go for it. Then accommodation booking fee, please don't go for that. I made inquiry. In fact, I didn't just email. I spoke to the person on Zoom, one-to-one, because I told them that I want to talk to them. And so I had a Zoom conversation with one of their marketing people, and I asked him that the accommodation booking, is it that they are going to book a hotel for you or what? They said, no, they are just giving a letter that you have accommodation over there. But when you are going for the interview or you are filling the DS1 city, they want to know where you are going to lodge, the hotel and everything. So instead of you paying that $100, when they will not book it, they are just giving you a letter that you have accommodation. It is not. So they said when they give you the letter, then you book your own accommodation. That is going to be a double cost. So I will not encourage you to go for that accommodation booking letter. No, just book your own accommodation on a bookings.com and then get, how do you call it? Except they are willing to book accommodation closer to the as part of their package. So when they update their websites, I'll tell you guys that now they are willing to book the accommodation for you, but they are not going to book for you. They are just giving you a letter, a booking letter, and it doesn't make sense. All right. So that is that. And then if you still don't understand what I said, for instance, if you want to sleep in a hotel, it is a 5 days. You're supposed to pay £500. And they take you this $100. The $100 is not going to cover the £500. So they can say that they have obtained a permission from this hotel. And so they've gotten a booking letter from the hotel. So go and pay the £500 to them. So the $100 you are paying is just them alerting the hotel. When you can do it yourself, you can just book it yourself. So you see, it makes no sense you pay that $100. You understand? So you have to just book the conference, and then when you need the notarize, you add it as part of your package. Then you just fill the form. So here, your name, your full name as on your passport. So you can just enter your full name over there. All right, maybe John Mensah. John Mensah. Then organization or university name, it is optional. You have to leave it. If you are not schooling or it is not a university that is alerting you to come, you have to leave it. All right. So all these are optional. So you move to your date of birth as on your passport. So everything is on your passport. Look at your passport very well and enter the correct details. So your date of birth as on your passport. Then your telephone number, you enter it with your country code, email address. Now, home office as on your passport, please. I spoke to them and they said your home office as on your passport is not where on your passport is where you were born, but they need your current address where you currently staying. So please, the home address as on your passport is where you are currently staying. So that don't use as on your passport. So if you are in the UK will not be on your passport. Okay. So that is something they thought that everybody is staying in their home country. No. So just enter your current. So the house number, you just state it, maybe TMA 45 block 1, right? Block 1. Then the country, Ghana. Okay, then the country, Ghana. Then the city, maybe Techiman. You live in Techiman, right? So that is why I say TMA, Techiman Municipal Assembly. So Techiman. Then the state, Bono East is all there. The moment you enter Techiman, the Bono East will come. All right. They have optimized their system. So they have Bono, Ashanti region, all the regions will come. Then you select your region, Bono East. So they have optimized their page to get every municipal on their page. All right. So you just click the appropriate municipal over there. Then your passport number will come here. Then the issuing country. All right. So Ghana, the passport issuing country, you enter Ghana. The local embassy name. That is where you want to go for your appointment. Because of the notarize, they want to inform the embassy. So the local embassy name would be American Embassy, Accra. If you're in the UK, it will, so you can search it. You can search it on the internet that American Embassy in Ghana, and the name will come. So for instance, I am on Google and then I want to search American Embassy. Embassy, Ghana. So you can see that the name is, the full name is US Embassy in Ghana. US Embassy in Ghana. Or you can click on it and then you get the full name over here. So the name is u.s.embassy in Ghana. So you can just copy this and then you paste it to them. That is the name of the embassy in Ghana. Okay, so US u.s.embassy in Ghana, and that is the name of the American embassy in Ghana. Are you guys following? All right, so back to what we were discussing. Where is the page? So you enter the local embassy name. So u.s.embassy. So you just copy and then you paste. How do you hear this? How did you hear this conference? So they have Facebook. So if you are listening from me from Facebook, you say maybe I heard it on Facebook, I heard it on Google search, I heard it on Instagram, other. So you can just enter something. It's not optional. If you don't enter anything there, it is going to it is not going to, you need to enter something over there. In fact, anytime you are filling a form online and you see this reddish istarish, it means it is compulsory. You need to enter something over there. Either than that, you cannot complete the form. So here is compulsory, here is compulsory, here is compulsory, here is also compulsory. You need to select something. So you can say Facebook, it doesn't solve any problem. Now, additional order. If there is something that you wanted to include, right? If there's something that you wanted to include, like probably this is what I mean. My house address is this. I am a bit confused. Is it this or this? So if you need an address from Ghana, then choose this. If you need address from UK, then choose this. So you type everything over there and they are going to decide and they do it. That is if you have notes about your order. If you have anything, because I've spoke with them, they have explained it. So whatever I'm telling you is okay. Then do you have any food or dietary restrictions? Because they are going to feed you. If you go, they are going to give you food. So if you have any allergy, then you click on the yes and you tell them that maybe I'm allergic to blah, blah, blah. So you write it over there. But you don't have any food allergy. You say no. That means any food that they give you, you're okay. And they're also going to give you a t-shirt, a polo t-shirt. So they'll ask you your size. So maybe I want medium, I want large, I want extra large. Then you select your polo size. After that, you come to this part. They are going to ask you how you're going to pay. So are you going to pay with a credit or debit card? That is your bank card. So those in Ghana, please don't use mobile money. They don't take mobile money. Get a bank card. Go to your bank, get ATM card, maybe a Visa or a MasterCard, right? A debit card, and then you enter the details, then you pay. They are not scamming website, please. They are recognized in America, USA, and everything, Canada. They are not scamming, so don't be afraid. Just enter it. They'll deduct the money, and they will send you the notarized invitation. All right. Then after that, entering everything over there. Then if you want to pay with a PayPal account, you can, or direct bank account. Then that one you have to go to bank, maybe commercial bank, and you pay it. This is their address. You pay it into their account straight. But that one is going to take time for it to reflect. And therefore, if they don't get it also, and after getting the invoice, you have to come and upload it here. So you take a copy of it, a photocopy, then you come and upload the invoice number, you write it, then you upload the copy before you click I agree, then you place the order. If not, it's not going to order it. So if you're using a pay slip and everything, pay by credit card, then you enter it over there. And then when you finish, you click I agree that it is not refundable, it is not negotiable, and then it's not transferable. If you make a mistake in your booking, you can email them. They have a contact, they have a WhatsApp contact, and they have every contact. You can email them, you can call them, you can chat them on WhatsApp and alert them that you've made a mistake. They are not going to refund your money, but they are going to just make changes. You have to contact them before you get the invitation letter, because when they print the invitation letter, they cannot print another one. So let's say there's a name error. You made a mistake in your name. You can just alert them, please. I wanted to type John Mensah, but I omitted the H. So please, can you change my name to John for me? You send them an email, you text them on WhatsApp, you call them, then they will help you. So by the time that you get the invitation, they have corrected it for you. But as for the money, once you place, that is all. Somebody say tips. I don't understand the local embassy. The local embassy is where you are staying. Ghana is your local, Accra. So if you are in Ghana, the American embassy in Accra is your local embassy. If you are in the UK, the American embassy in London is your local embassy. So America has a lot of embassies, and they have their main embassy in USA, and they have the small embassies across the whole world. So they call them the local embassies. So where you are, the immediate one is your local embassy. You understand? All right. So now we have learned how to book a conference in it. So you go according to your topic. The website is also there. I will embed the link right after this section on YouTube. So those on TikTok, let me share it in the comment section for you so that you can copy. But after that, those on Facebook, I might update the Facebook as well and then give you the link. So let me go back. Yeah. Let me go back to where we selected the countries. Oh, my lighting system is going. Let me increase this. Yes, so I want to embed the link. We should be finishing by now because my lighting is not helping me. Yes, so I've sent a comment. That is the link. That is the link to whatever we just discussed. It was not able to appear on Facebook, but it is on YouTube. It says it's not able to appear on Facebook. All right, let's continue. So now you've learned how to book a conference, and that is one itinerary, our purpose. Now, where are we going to stay? So you saw that the conferences, they have where you're going to, the conference is taking place. So if the conference is in New York, the conference is in Miami, Florida, the conference is wherever the conference is taking place. So you saw that when we went on the portal, is it Houghton or something like that? Every conference is having where it is taking place. So this one, for instance, that is the address. You can see Houston. They have Houston. It changes sometimes according to the month. So they have Los Angeles, right? Los Angeles. Here they have another date over there. So where the conference is taking place, that is where you are supposed to book a hotel. They have Miami. So for instance, if your conference is in Miami, the particular place where the conference will take place should be there. So when you read whatever is going there, they will indicate over here that it is scheduled for Miami, USA. It is scheduled for Miami, USA. And sometimes they use the universities to book it. So you can book any hotel closer in Miami or closer to University of Miami or something like that. All right. So now we are going to book a hotel that will be closer to where we are going for our conference because we need to link it, our itinerary. We cannot be going for the conference in Miami and then book our hotel in another another state. All right. So we just moving straight to Miami. Now, where is it? Now, you go on Google and then you type booking.com. Booking.com. You see this website, booking.com. That is where you can book your flight, you can book hotel, and you can book tourist attraction centers. So in our case study, we are using Miami as a case study. So now I have registered with Bookings because I needed to register to teach you guys. So now I have registered with Bookings. If I want to book a hotel, you see this tab, they have stay, where you want to stay, your flight plus hotel and everything. So activities is the tourist attraction centers activities. So we want to book hotel first. So it is already on the stay. So we click on the stay, then we come here. Where do we want to stay? So Miami, maybe we don't know where the conference is going, whether University of Miami or so we say Miami, Florida. So we click on Miami. Now they are going to ask us, the hotels are there, but what date? When are we coming to USA? When are we coming? So for instance, if the conference is maybe if March 2025 or April, the one that we were looking at, was it February or so? So let's say the conference date was 11th February, and then it will end. It was 12th to 14th, right? It was 12th to 14th. And so, no, it was 14th to 16th or so. Yes, it was 14th to. So that means you have to go on the 13th. So you tell the hotel, I want to. Why is it happening that way? Yes. So I want to go on the 13th, and then I will attend the conference 14th, 15th. I will sleep, and then probably I will leave on the 18th. So you see, Thursday, 13th February to Tuesday, 18th February. And that is how you book it. So you go there, they say 4th to 16th. No, a conference can't be like that. The conference cannot be like that. Louis, it's not 4th to 16th, maybe 4th to 6th, not 16th. Their conference is usually like 2 days. Usually like 2 days. Okay. But when you are booking the hotel, I told you that you have to go a day before the conference. Then the conference is 2 days. And because I told you the B1, B2 is also for tourism, we need the third day to go for maybe a beach or any tourist attraction center. So instead of the 2 days, you add 1 day as your arrival, 2 days for the conference, then 1 day for your tour. 1 day for your tour. They say 14th to 16th. All right. 1 day for your tour, and then maybe 1 day to rest or 1 day to leave. So let's say if it is 14th to 16th for the conference, that means we have to get there by 13th. Then 14th to 16th, that is for the conference. Then 17th, we go for our tour. Then the next day, 18th, we leave USA. So that means we are going to book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 days night. 6 days night. If you know 18th, you'll not be sleeping, then you have to end on the 17th, because you need to sleep 13th, 14th for the conference, 15th, 16th, conference will end. 17th, you go for your tour and everything, then you come and sleep on the 17th night. Then 18th, you book your flight back. So 18th, you'll not be sleeping. So you have to reduce it to 13th to 17th. All right. The day of departure, you don't need to sleep in the hotel, so you don't add it. But the day of arrival, you add it because you'll be sleeping in the hotel. Then after choosing your date, then they have maybe exact date that will be coming on the exact date, or +1 or +2 days or +3 days. But if you know your exact date, you just click on it. Then they ask you. So you see the location has been indicated: Miami, Florida. Then the date is 13th to 17th. 13th to 17th. Then how many people are coming? Is it one adult or two adults? Are you going with your wife? That means two. Do you have a child? That means one. But if you don't have child, zero. If you are going alone, one. So one adult. That is that. Then you click search. So based on the information that you input, they are going to search the properties, the hotels in Miami. Okay. So you can see this one, Smart Brick Hill Hotel. They have 2 bed, 1 sofa, blah, 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 blah. Why is it refreshing? Sorry, I was not supposed to click on that. Sorry. All right. Why when I click on it, it just refresh? I'm not supposed to click on it. All right. So you see, this is the hotel. It is 4 nights for one adult, and they are charging. I am in the UK, and so you'll be seeing that they are charging in pounds. But if you are in Ghana, the salary, it will be in dollars. This is one thing I want you to notice. When you are filling a DS 160, you don't need to prove that you have the hotel booked. All you need is the location of the hotel, the name of the hotel, and the address. And every hotel has an address. So you just have to come here and look for a cheap hotel and target that this is the hotel I will sleep, because their bills is less. Then you look at their name and the address and everything, and you use that to fill your DS160. So the conference and the hotel, we just need the names. But I want to teach you, after you have filled the DS160, if you are going for the appointment, that one you need to book them. So this is saying that 4 nights from that 13th to 17th, 4 nights, and then they are charging this. This is saying that 4 nights because it's a dormitory. So it's very less. I don't know if you guys, oh, why do I always click on that? Why do I always click on that? And then it will take me to the website. Oh my God. Yes. So this is saying 4 nights. This is also saying 4 nights, but look at it. Now I want you to notice something. They have some of them free cancellation. Free cancellation means even if you want to book it today and then they deduct you from your salary, your bank statement. You can cancel it a night before. Sometimes they'll tell you 2 days to the date. You can cancel it and they'll refund your money back to you. So if you don't get a visa, you can cancel it. That is when you have booked. So if you're going to book, if you're going for the appointment and you're booking, look for free cancellation ones, so that if they have a free cancellation, then you go for the interview and they don't give the visa to you, just cancel it and they refund your money back to you. So those, there are some having, they are not having free cancellation like this one, Atrium Hostel. If you book that hostel, you pay that money and you don't get a visa, they're not going to refund it. This two, you cannot cancel it. You see this one, it has breakfast. They're going to give you breakfast. They have free cancellation and you don't need to pay. So this one, you can just book it now, because they say no prepayment needed. You pay at the property. So this hotel is saying that it is also in Miami, Airport West. They are saying that you can cancel it and you don't even have to pay. All you have to do is to input your bank details, your ATM. They are not deducting the money. They can deduct $1 or £1 to make sure that the account is active. And now when you go to the hotel, then you pay. Okay. So yes, it's no prepayment. So a lot of hotel, they have their own, how do we call it? Instructions. So you have to look at this. This is also having free cancellation, no prepayment. All right. This is having only free cancellation. So this one, you cannot reserve it. You can book. You have to pay for it before you get the reservation ticket. All right. So you look at what is best for you. Do I need go there and pay, and then they will, once you just click on it, they'll give you a reservation ticket. You need to add that one as part of it. So let's learn how to book it. So if we want to book this one, 522 pound. I'm in the UK. That is why they are converting. If you're in Ghana, it will be in dollars. I told you guys. So you click on it, see availability. All right. So they are going to, you see, they're going to tell you the pictures of the hotel and everything. Miami is very, very nice. You see, they have a gym, they have this. In fact, you're not going to gym. You just need the hotel. So you read about it. Whatever. Is it closer to the airport? Is it closer to this? So if you have the exact place where the hotel are there, yeah, so this is how it is. So they have it. The picture is there. I told you, you've seen Miami is very, very nice. So if you know the exact place where the conference will take place, now this conference say Miami, but they didn't tell you whether University of Miami or they are going to book a location, a conference room. So sometimes you have to book the conference, and when you get the invitation letter, then they will tell you the exact location. But when you fill in the visa application from DS-160, they don't ask the exact location, but they ask where the conference will be taking place. So you can just say Miami. All right. Or you can contact them. You can send them a message that I want to book conference. Where will it take place? The exact place of this conference in Miami. Is it which building or whatever? So that you can use that to book your hotel. So that when you book in the hotel, at least you book a hotel closer. So this is 11 kilometers to this, blah, blah, blah. So if you know the exact place, instead of you typing Miami over here, if they say they are coming to University of Miami, then the location, you type University of Miami over there, so that the hotels that will suggest will be closer to that place for you. Because sometimes you have to take a car about 2 hours drive, 1 hour drive, 30 minutes drive before you go to the conference. But that is not a problem. If the conference is 10 a.m., then you can start your journey 8 a.m. and then you still reach there. So that is also not a problem. All they need is you are living in Miami and that case closed. So you can book any hotel. All right. So you see, I will reserve. You click here, I will reserve. So they are telling you this is the room. You have one extra bed, one extra large bed, right? You have air conditioning, your own private bathroom, your flat screen TV, your coffee machine, a free Wi-Fi. You have everything, all this, your TV, microwave, everything is over there, but you don't need it. How many people? 2 people, but you are even going one person. So the same number of guests, it can accommodate 2 people. All right. And it's the same price. So if you're going with your wife, it's just the same price. Then you have free cancellation. I told you they'll be giving you breakfast, continental breakfast every day for that 4 days. And then you can cancel it by 12 February. So I told you that you'll be going 13 February. So a night before 12 February, you can cancel it. No prepayment. You only pay at the property. And then 10% junior discount applied, everything. So you click here, I want to reserve. So you select the room. I want one room, just one room, right? One room, you select the rooms and then reserve with discount. Um, Everything is there. Then you click here, reserve with discount. You click on that. So they're going to ask you your details, all right? They're going to ask you your details. So they have your telephone numbers. I was using some Ghana number and other stuffs here as an example when I was learning it, but I don't need to show you a Ghana number or anything. I'm even not in Ghana. So you can enter your full name over there, blah, 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 your email address, then you enter your country, then the phone number, you enter, you choose Ghana over there. If you're in the UK, you click on here, then you go and choose United Kingdom, UK plus 444. Then you enter your UK number over there. If you're in Qatar, like that, all right. If you're in Ghana, that is why I was using Ghana to learn, right? You select Ghana, then you enter it over there. Then, yes, I would like a paperless confirmation. That means they will test you, update my account, blah, 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 blah. I am the main guest. When are you traveling? Are you traveling for work? No, everything. So you go blah blah blah. You look at this, everything. If you want to add insurance, that is fine. But if you don't want to add insurance, then you leave it. You go down. You go down. They give you the period where you'll be staying, country of residence, everything. I will need a flight. If you don't need a flight, you leave it. Everything. Special request, whatever you want to tell them. Then you click on the final details. Then you book it. Okay. When you book it, they are going to send a reservation ticket. That is point number 3. That means you finish booking, and then they are going to send the reservation ticket to your email address where they will confirm that this, and you need that reservation ticket added to your itinerary, and therefore you've gotten your hotel. So that is how we book a hotel in the USA. So I believe when you watch this video again, you're going to know the procedure. So first, you click on the location, and then you click on your date, you select the date. When you are selecting the date, it's somehow difficult. You have to first click on your initial date, like on the 13th. Then you click on your second date. Then you see it become initial to the second. So you can click on the 11th, then you click on the 13th. That means you want to sleep from 11th to 13th. So you first click on the date of arrival, then you click on the date where you last sleep. So that is how we select the date. And then you select the number of people living in the room, and then it will search the properties for you where you should be able to book the hotel. Now, how do we book tourist attraction centers? I told you a B1, B2 is for tourism and also for conference. So now we book our conference, we book our accommodation. We need some tourist attraction centers. Now, the tourist attraction center, we can book it that same Miami, that same location. And so in that on that same portal, the bookings.com, we click on activities. Then they ask you, where do you want to go? So we click Miami. Miami. All right. Then the date. When? So they have up to February. So that one, you can even ignore the date because every day that tourist attraction center is there. Every blessed day, that tourist attraction center is there. And I told you that when you are filling the DS 160, they don't take the reservation ticket of your tourist attraction center. They just want to ask you, do you want to visit anywhere? So you just need the name of it. Because if you are going December 2025, you cannot book it now because their bookings end February 2025. But you need the name of the tourist attraction center, maybe Miami Beach or this attraction center. You need the name and the location and use it so that when you are going for your interview, that time you book it. You understand? Because by the time you get the interview, it is closer to your appointment. You book it. Now, America is not like Canada. Somebody will say that, Tips, what about if I go for the appointment? How long do I wait? Now, when you go to American interview, after the interview, they tell you whether they'll give you the visa or not. So you get the visa that same day. However, they are going to print it in your passport. So you will leave your passport over there. Then you give them some weeks, maybe 2 weeks or 15 days for them to print it. And then they will send it by DHL or call you for it. But as for the decision, you get it for the interview. Okay. So if you go for the interview a month before your conference, you know you get the visa, your passport to be ready before that conference is. So please, You need the names of the tourist attraction centers. You need the names of the hotels. You need the name of the conference to fill the DS-160. And that is why you are supposed to use all these websites and then be writing them down. Be writing them down or be opening it on your laptop so that when you're filling the DS-160, you'll be copying and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Then you fill the DS-160, submit it, book your appointment. And when your conference is closer, when you're going for the appointment, then you go and you book the conference, you book this, you book this. You get it? Then you get all your documents. All right. So you click on the Miami. You click on the Miami, then they're going to ask you your date. So you don't need the date. You just click on search. So they ask you, where do you want to go? Destinations, is it Miami, Florida or Miami Beach? So we don't want to go to the beach, but we are going to Miami, Florida, straight. All right. So we just want to search. And then it is going to give us some of the tourist attraction centers. So they said this one, official Miami Millionaires sightseeing cruise. So they are going to, you're going to be in the boat, and then you're going to be with these millionaires. They'll be going through on the sea, on that river, right? They'll take you on the river, Miami Beach, on that, is it a sea or is it a sea, yes, or a river? I don't know. So you'll be in the cruise and then you will enjoy. And the price is just 13 pounds. 13 pounds. So if you are in Ghana, it will convert to dollars for you. All right. So I told you that you don't need to book it. No. You just need the name. That the name of the sightseeing or the name of the tourist attraction center is Official Miami Millionaires Sightseeing Cruise. And so you need to copy that name. And when you're filling the DS-260, 160, and they ask you, where are you going to visit? Then you enter that one over there as your conference. As your tourism. They also have another one, bus and boat sightseeing tour. That one too is 23 pounds. They have Miami and Bayside. So these are all in Miami. So you can just book at least one of them. One of them. You can just book at least one of them and then you get it. Right? So just use the name to fill the DS-160 and later you do your bookings. Now your flight is not necessary. In fact, if you are filling the DS-160, they ask you, do you know the flight you'll be coming with? If you have booked your flight, then fine, you can enter it. But if you have not booked your flight, you can just fill the DS-160, ignore that part. And then if you are going for the appointment, you book your flight and everything, and you tell them that I have it. And the flight too, you have to look for free cancellation so that if, how do we call it? They don't give the visa to you, you can cancel it. All right. So the flight to, so airport, this is London. Let me cancel it. This is Accra Kotoka. So from Accra Kotoka to where? To Miami. Miami, they're having an airport. So Miami Airport, Miami International Airport Center, Miami, all airports in Florida. So Miami International Airport. Okay. So that one to the date and everything. And I told you that because some of the, okay, they are having up to 2025, you can book it. They are having up to October. So if yours is 2026, that means you cannot book your flight. So you just leave it. All right. But if you have a date in 2025, let's say you, we were doing February. So we will be arriving. We will be going on the 13th. On the 13th, one adult. And then we search. Add your flight address. I said 6. Okay, return. Yeah, return. Okay, so look at here. They have round trip, one way. All right. And when you are going to a visit, they need a round trip. You need to tell them that you come back. So we said from 13th to 18th. That means on the 19th, 13th to 17th for the hotel. That means on the 18th, we are going to return. So we are going to do it on the 13th. Where is February? 13th February to, oh my God, no, not November. Sorry, it should be 13th February to 18th. Yeah. So 13th is our departure, and then we need another return flight on the 18th. So when you are booking on this, the date, make sure that you have it written down so that you can just click it. Because if you choose another date and you want to click, it sometimes difficult. So 13th to 18th, then one person, one adult. So we're going to search our flight. So they are looking for flexible flight for us. All right. They are looking for flexible flight for us. It will appear the available flights. All right. So they have some over there. They have from Accra to Miami, 21 hours, one stop. Right. And then when you're coming back from Miami to Accra, so in all, going and coming, round ticket is £851. £851. Then they have other ones, competitive ones over there. So different flights, different flights. So you can be looking at the dates and everything, and see which one. So some is one stop, some are two stops. So we have, this is American Airlines, this is British Airways, and then this is Airlines, um, British Airways, American Airlines, a whole lot, right? So you can know what to choose. So let's say you want to choose this, you click view details, and then you're going to see it. Then you go to select if you're okay with it. So they are going to tell you from Kotoka to, you come and you do a transit in London, Heathrow. Then you stay there, layover for 5 hours. You stay there for 5 hours. So that means you'll be arriving on February 14th. So it is wrong. That means you have to go on the 12th. So as soon as you see it, you have to adjust your date. Okay, so 12th to 18th. Then you search it, because they are saying that when you begin your journey on 13th, you get to USA on the 14th. That means your hotel reservation will be wrong. So you have to adjust your date. And then you see another price again. All right, so we have this one, £798. So they are saying you leave on the 12th, and then you get to London Heathrow by 13th, 6 a.m. 6:30 a.m. and then at 11 a.m. in the morning from London Heathrow, then straight to Miami. You get there 4 p.m. So 13th. So this is correct. And then the 18th, you leave Miami, and then you get back to Ghana on the 19th. And then you need one personal item and one bag, 25 by this, by this, by this. All right. Then you're just good to go. You click select. So if you want to click select, they're going to ask you, they have the standard ticket and the flexible ticket. So you have to read it. Are they having, is it a cancellation, right? Or can you change it or whatever? So they have the standard ticket. Once you click on it, it means you cannot. It is the cheapest price, but it is not, no need for flexibility, right? That is, you are sure of your plan. You cannot cancel it. They have the flexible, where you can switch flight 24 hours to your departure. You can also change your flight to another airlines. You can pay only the difference between the two. So this, even they are not having cancellation. They're not having cancellation. View price. Okay, let's go to next. Probably we'll get a cancellation. So we click on this standard, or let's click on the flexible and see if we'll get to where they will say cancellation. Contact email, telephone number, cabin crew, no hidden fees, no appraisal, extras. Okay. I'm coming. Let me try and enter a correct number over there so that we can proceed. Because the number over there is not wrong, it's not correct. It cannot take us to the next place. But I don't want to show you guys. I just want to see if they have a cancellation package. Because if they don't have a cancellation package, then we don't need to book this flight. Because if your visa is refused, that means you cannot get a refund. You cannot get a refund. They don't have a cancellation extras. They don't have. They don't have. So this particular flight, you only book it at your own risk. That is when you are sure. Because this is crazy. It is crazy. Why are they not having a cancellation package? Let's look at another one. But they have other websites. You can actually go on KLM. I know KLM do operate to USA. They have other visa, how do we call it? Flights, aside bookings, where they have a cancellation package. So I'll search for other flights where you can get a cancellation package, and I believe we can use that to learn. So you see a video on how to book a flight to USA for Europe, then you watch that video, because I think they are not having a cancellation package for this. So when I discover a flight, then I will know which one they have a cancellation package. Okay. They said the way I no, Luis, if I don't give my number to you, if you chat me, I'll block you. So don't worry. It's not by force. It's just like you taking a lady's number on the roadside. If the lady want to talk to you, they will talk to you. You can call the lady and she will say she's busy. You need my assistance. So if you call me and I insult you on the phone, what will you say? So you cannot write the number without me authorizing you to write. And the numbers over there are even Ghana numbers I use to learn. They are not my UK numbers. So even if you see a number on the screen and you write, it is not my number, but I don't want it to be on the screen because you might go and chat somebody. It happened when I was teaching a resume. Somebody used a number and the person took money without my consent. It obobo number no, so you could see Ghana ni ebi so ampa. And nipa ni gye that is why I used to delete it. I can leave it. It's not my number. But even if you see my number, it is, I should authorize you should get it from my email, and I should tell you that chat me this day. So if you chat me and I don't know the person, I just block it. So you don't have to worry yourself. You cannot force me to help you when I'm not willing to help you. You understand? So you have to respect people's privacy. All right. Now you've learned how to book a hotel. You have learned how to book tourist attraction centers, and then the flight is what we encountered problem because they don't have cancellation ticket. But if you want to book it, that is the same way. You just enter your telephone number and your email address, then you reserve it. Okay, then you reserve it. So I believe we are done with all our bookings. Let's use like 20 minutes to discuss our bank statement, and then we call it for this life. We end this life, okay? Because we've already done 1 hour 42 minutes. So let's use 80 minutes. Now, your bank statement is very, very important. When I was talking about the home ties and other stuff, I didn't talk about the bank statement. People were waiting for me to talk about the bank statement. Sometimes we separate the bank statement from the home ties because it stands in between. The bank statement is taking you to America, and it is also bringing you back. So it is neither an itinerary nor a home tie. It stands in between your financial. It stands in between. Now, a bank statement like a business bank statement, that is a strong home tie because if that is for those self-employed. But apart from those self-employed, if you are an employee and you're using your personal bank statement, it serves as a home tie, and it's also serving as your source of finance to USC. So we need to discuss that separate. Now, how is the bank statement serving as your source of finance to USC? If you should ask me, how much do you need to go to USA? I would say that you need to get a travel plan, itinerary cost. So your hotel, have you booked your hotel or you pay at the property? The cost of it, you saw it somewhere £700, £600, £500, you saw it. So you write it. You will be seeing it in dollars. So you write it. The hotel is $600. Then the flight, you saw the price of the flight, the in and out. It was around £800. So in dollars, it would be like $900. Then you write it. Flight will cost me $900 in and out. So you've gotten your hotel, your flight. Then as for the conference, you've already paid for it. So it is there. Then so those the extras, the ones you are yet to pay for it, those you've paid for it, if it is not part of your bank statement, that is fine because you've already paid for it. But those you're going to pay, so you have to also budget in travel expenses. I told you that where you'll be living and where the hotel will be taking place, the conference will be different. So you pick Uber, you pick a taxi from your hotel to the conference each and every day. And so money to book Uber, money, you see, so transport, inner transport, then food. How do you feed yourself? The hotel that we saw says they'll give us breakfast, but lunch and supper. What about lunch and supper? Probably the conference will be giving you lunch, but what about supper? So food, maybe you budget $50 every day. You just order KFC $20 and then chicken, and you just eat it during the night. You get some drink, right? $2 can cook or something like that. So you know the food that you like best, right? And then you budget. So probably $50 per night or per day. That is for your food. So 5 days, is what? $250 for your feeding. So if you do um your cost, you see that at the end of the day, you get like $3,000 because your flight is 800, your hotel is like 600, and then your taxi, your feeding and everything. So you see that you get like 3,000. If you've already paid for the hotel, you shouldn't calculate it as part of your itinerary cost again. So after you design your cost and you go for the interview and they ask you, your bank statement is 50,000 Ghana cedis. Are you sure it will be enough for you? You say yes, because I've paid for my hotel, I've paid for the conference. What I'm yet is I've reserved the bookings for the flight, or I've paid for my flight. So what I'm going to spend there is for breakfast, feeding, and transport, because I've covered almost every expenses. This is my flight ticket, so I don't need to pay for flight. This is my hotel reservation. I don't need to pay for accommodation again. This is my conference invitation. I don't need to pay for the conference again. So when I go there, what the money I'll be spending in America is what I'll use to buy food and what I'll use to book Uber from my hotel to this. And I've budget Uber every day, £50 in and out, $50 in and out, or $100 in and out, because you don't know the price of Uber in USA. So $100 every day. So for the 3 days, it's like $300 or $500 for transport, and also $500 for food. So in all, my expenses in USA, after what I've spent already, now what I'm going to spend in USA is like $100. And I'll be going for a tourist attraction center. I may go to the mall, get some one or two stuffs, get some clothing. So I have 500 extra dollars for buying clothes or something after I go for the tour. And so that means you're going to spend approximately $1,500. So that $1,500, then they are going to convert it to your local currency, or they convert your local currency to the dollars, subtract what you're going to spend, and make sure that, oh, okay, then you should be able to go and come back. Because you book your hotel, you book your flight, you book the conference, and you still have 50,000 Ghana cedis, and your budget is $1,500, which is like 250 Ghana cedis. That means the 50,000 Ghana cedis can take you and come back. And that is why when somebody asks me, how much do I need in my bank statement? I say, first draw your travel plan and the accessories, your itineraries. Have you paid for them? If you've not paid for them, they have to include everything in your cost, and then it will reflect in your bank statement. That is the first purpose of your bank statement. So they want to know that the money is enough to take you to USA and to come back, and some will be even left, because you cannot go and spend all the money in USA. No, you still have to leave some, at least half of it, when you come back to Ghana. Okay. And since you're having a proper work and every month you're being paid, every month the money will still come again. So if you're going to spend like 30,000 Ghana cedis in America, at least make your bank statement like 60,000. All right. Double it. And that would be cool. Now, that is 7 as can I take you to America and back? That is fine. Now, that same bank statement is 7 as a home time. When I talk about a home tie, that means, are you financially fit in Ghana? Are you financially fit where you are? That when you go to USA, you will not run away. you will come back because there is money in your home country. You are satisfied with what you're doing. You are living in a comfort zone in Ghana. And so how they calculate the bank statement and how they get to know you're comfortable is they look at your pay slip. You are being paid 2,000 Ghana cedis as on the DS-160 form. You is indicated on the DS-160 form that you are being paid 2,000 Ghana cedis. That is fine. Now they look at January. Your bank statement, 1st of January, you were paid by your employer on the 28th of December. Then from 28th of December throughout the January, how did you spend the money? The first week, you spent 300 cedis. The second week, you spent 300 cedis. And the last week, you spent 400 cedis. That means the whole month, you spent 1,000 Ghana cedis. That means you left with 1,000 Ghana. Now, it really makes sense. That means when you take your salary, you are able to save half of your salary. And that really makes sense. And so you're comfortable with your job. It's not a job that you never wish to do again. You always want to do again. Because if you are able to save half of your salary wherever you stay, it's fine. Because we are in the UK. If I take £3,000 and I'm able to save £1,500, I'll be very happy. You see, so wherever you are, the money that you take, if you're not able to save half, it means you're squeezing yourself. That means you're not happy with your job. You understand? If you are taking £4,000, you are able to save £2,000 a month. That means you are good to go. You understand? That means you are using some to rent, using some to feed. The same thing applies to those in Ghana. So they look at how much you take and how much you save to make sure that you are comfortable. Because if the job you're doing, you are not comfortable, that means the job is not a strong home tie. Note that I've already discussed the bank statements serving as you going and coming back, but we're talking about the bank statement serving as your comfortability, serving as a home tie. So on the bank statement, they can know whether you're comfortable in Ghana or not. And that is why I tell people that it is wrong to go and deposit the money without spending. Because if you don't spend it, they don't know how much you spend a month to be able to link it to how much you take from your job, your workplace, to be able to know if you're comfortable in your home country. And if they don't establish your comfortability, they cannot know whether they give the visa to you, come back or not. So the bank statement building is very, very important. I have explained how to build a strong bank statement on my YouTube channel. It was in Twi language. So those Ghanaians, you can benefit from that. And it's about, was it 1 hour video? And I have like 20 minutes video. That is also a pre-recorded video. So one was on live and one was on a pre-recorded. So when you go on my YouTube, you can click on the live sessions and you see how to build a bank statement. And or you can look at the videos and you see how to build a bank statement, the pre-recorded video, and you watch it. And it will explain it into details. It's the same thing, just that I've summarized it. I just told people how they can link their mobile money as they are spending, because people cannot walk to the bank every day or every week to be withdrawing money. So I told you guys how you can link your bank mobile money to your bank statement, so that every week or every 2 days or every 3 days, you'll be withdrawing money small, so that it doesn't be like the money is being deposited without no withdrawal. Because if without withdrawal, because if you don't have a withdrawal, that means you're not spending the money. And so how do you survive? And they become inquisitive. They want to know your source of funding. They want to know how you're surviving in Ghana. And so it is not only, yes, mobile banking, commercial bank, they're having that. You just link it to your telephone number, the mobile money, so that you can be withdrawing it, you can be depositing money. Please, if you are doing the withdrawal, they ask the purpose. So, and the purpose is being indicated on the bank statement. So if you are withdrawing the money for rent, if you are withdrawing 300 cedis, say rent. If for food, say food. If it's for transport, transport. If it's for other things, hospital bills, electricity bills, school fees. So they ask the purpose. The reason why they asking the purpose is when you print your bank statement, they will tell you on this date, you withdrew 300 cedis and the purpose was for food. So it will be on the bank statement, and the American government picking it, the visa officer will know what to use that money for. So the purpose when you're withdrawing the money is very important. That is why I tell people that when you are building a strong bank statement, ignore mobile ATM. Don't use ATM nowadays, because ATM, you cannot really know the purpose, and so you cannot explain what you use the money for. But when you do the mobile banking, it helps a lot, because the purpose is always written on your bank statement, and it really explains yourself that you talking a lot to the officer. So the officer can just look at it and is satisfied. You get it? So that is how you build a strong bank statement, for them to know how much you spend, how much you get from your workplace, and for them to be comfortable. Now, if you are taking like 1,000 Ghana cedis or 2,000 Ghana cedis, and you know that you are using 6 months to build a bank statement, you cannot get the 50,000, but you're having 50,000 over there. Maybe your uncle want to give you 50,000. You want to take it from your mother, your father, your uncle, your friend to build a bank statement. Please, the month that you deposit the money, don't print that month. So, for instance, if you want to print a bank statement from January to June, 6 months bank statement, then deposit that money in December. So December, you deposit that money, it will add up to your closing balance, but it will not show the month. Because if you deposit the money, they want to know where the money is coming from, except you have evidence of it. You have a receipt that I took this, I bought this, I did this, I sold this, I sold my car, I sold this, because they want to know. Because you already on the DS-160 form, you tell them what you are doing, the work that you're doing, and your monthly salary. So you've already told them that every month you take 2,000 Ghana cedis. So if they see 50,000 Ghana cedis in your on the statement, they want to know where you got that 50,000 Ghana cedis from. And if you cannot just use your mouth to tell them that my uncle gave it to me. They're not going to accept that. They want evidence of it. So if you cannot explain yourself, please, when you are depositing the money, don't deposit it in the month that you'll be printing the statement, that period. All right. And before you deposit a huge sum of money, make sure that your statement or the bank account is an old bank account. For instance, if you create a bank account December, then you deposit 50,000, because I told you that do it that way. Then you go, and then January, February, March, that the 2,000 will be accumulating. Then June, you go and print January to June. Your bank account is still young. You created it December, and then June you go to print it. Now they look at your closing balance, 60,000. But the 60,000 every month to 20,000, 2,000 is there. So 2,000 times 5, 10,000 has added to your 50,000. So your closing balance will be 60,000. Or maybe because you take 2,000, you spend 1,000. So every month, 1,000 is saving plus the 50,000. So the 6 months will be 6,000. So the closing balance will be 56,000. So they know that, okay, 56,000 is your closing balance. Now, when you print a bank statement to the embassy, at the declaration, the bank operation manager or the bank manager, they used to declare that so and so, I declare that Luis has an account with us with this account number, this closing balance. The Luis opened the account on this date. So the date that you open the bank will be on the bank statement at the declaration side. And so they know when you open account with that commercial bank, they know when you open the account with that Fidelity Bank, they know it because it is at the declaration part. So if the account is young and they know that, okay, fine. So you open the account in December and every month you are saving 1,000. How did you get 56,000? Then they'll catch you. So even before you want to deposit a huge sum of money without it showing, make sure that the account is old. For instance, if you have an old bank account, you opened it 2020, the account is about 4 years ago, and then now you want to build it properly. Okay, so if you deposit the money in December, and then every month the 1,000, and now you have 56,000, and they want to ask, okay, fine. Every month you save 1,000. So January to June, 6,000. So where did you get the 50,000 from? Then they look at when you open the account and they see that your account is old, about 4 years ago. Then they know that you've been saving 1,000 for 4 years. And that is how come you got the 56,000. I believe you understand. So if you don't do it that way, then you find yourself wanting. Okay. Or if you are getting money from somewhere, then please let it show and get evidence for it. So you have two ways to do it. It's either you let the money show and then you have evidence, or even if it doesn't show, you should have evidence that, oh, that money was given to me in December. That is why it didn't show in the bank statement. However, this is a receipt of it. my uncle gave it to me as a gift, or I bought this, or I did this, I won this, or I did that, and I got that money. You show it to them. If not, they will question you a lot. All right. So that is that. Somebody is saying if the embassy is verified from the bank, exactly. That is why they are able to ban people. They verify from the bank. How they verify from the bank is different from different embassies. Some are through email, some are through phone calls. They have a way of communicating with the banks, all right, to verify. And note, no bank is supposed to um tell any embassy or disclose your details to any embassy without your authority because of confidentiality. And that is why when you're filling the visa application form, you authorize them. You authorize the embassy to confirm from your financial institutions. So you have given the embassy the authority. So you cannot sue the embassy while they confirm from the bank. Because per law, the bank is not supposed to disclose your financial status to any third party because of confidentiality. But now, when you are filling the visa form, you declare, you authorize them. And so you have authorized them. So if you take them to court, they will still use that thing to say, but you told us that we should contact your financial institution. And number two, when you go to the bank and even go for your bank statement, you tell the bank that I need my statement with my details, all my money to go and give it to this embassy. They didn't force you now. You went to the bank. Now, if you have 50,000 in your bank account, nobody knows. But now you willingly you go to the bank, print your statement with your account and everything on your bank. So you have authorized, you've authorized yourself. So somebody will ask me, hey, but the bank, yes, it's because you went to the bank. Nobody forced you now. You went to the bank, say, I want to go to USA. So give me the details and let me go and give. So you have even given them your details. So you will just confirm. So this is not even them taking details. They are just confirming that commercial bank, are you the one who gave this bank account to this person? Confirm for us. And that this date, what was the closing balance? And they just confirm that whether it is true, whether you got it from commercial bank or you went to a cafe to print it. You see, that is how they do it. So please make sure that your pay slip and the pay slip should reflect in your bank account. There are a lot of people, they don't have pay slip. They don't even, their salaries don't reflect in their bank statement. And you people, it is very difficult to travel. And that is why the agent want to do everything for you. Because what the agent do is they are having companies. So they will generate offer letter and everything that you're working with a company. And they have a bank statement where they pay money to a certain account, like some way. And the embassies will find out and they'll block you, they'll ban you. They are doing and they are banning a lot of people. I don't want you to involve yourself in these agency stuffs because they are banning a lot of people. Listen, if you follow whatever I told you, you build your bank statement, gather your documents, you book your flight, everything, your home ties, as I told you, if you have a land, a property, a car, your family, your social ties and everything, and you go and the embassy says it's not enough, they will never ban you because you've not forged any document. The only thing they'll do is, we are sorry, you can try again another time. They are not going to ban you. Okay? So if you follow my teachings, the worst thing that will happen to you is they'll refuse you. And when they refuse you, the only cost is the visa fee. Is it $185 or so? $185. That is the visa fee. Because I told you that all the hotel and everything, make sure that it is cancellation. So that if something goes on wrong, they say they will not give the visa to you. You just go and cancel them and retrieve your money back. That is why the flight, I didn't let us book the flight. I told you that I'll get another flight for us to learn how to book that. A flight that is having a cancellation. You understand? So that the only cost that you will incur is the $185, the visa fee, because that is not refundable. It is better than you going to pay $8,000 to an agent and you not still get a visa. Look at how many people go to agent and they don't get a visa. They refuse them. Student people, a lot of people going to school in USA, they go for the interview, they refuse them, but the agent don't give them the money because case closed. People are listening to me, they have refused them. So whether you go to agent or you do it yourself, when they will refuse you, they will refuse you. So it's better you try it yourself and then you do it. Say yes. Somebody say, and the conference fee. Yes, some of the conference, even some of the conference websites, you can it's cancel it, you can cancel it. But those websites too, most of them are not recognized. Yes. So the only cost will be the conference fee, and then how do we call it? The visa fee. And it's not anything. You see, one good thing is, the price of $8,000. $8,000 is more than 100,000 Ghana cedis. So if you are going to incur a cost of $500 plus $180, let's say $700, and you don't get a visa, in fact, you still have $8,000 that you were supposed to give to the agent. You still have it in your bank statement, because through my videos, you have put that money in your bank account. You didn't give to the agent. So even if you lose this money, you still have energy to try again. It is better. And that one, you've had experience. Number one, you know how to apply. And number two, you have got a 10 interview. So you know how to position yourself. You know the questions they ask you. So the next interview you are going, you know what to say. And so the next one you're going for the visa. It is better than you. So if you go to agent and you lose $8,000, can you get $8,000 again to try another one? And that is why people cannot try again. Because I'm telling you, America is not guaranteed. Whether you go to agent or not, it is only after the interview that will determine your stand. And all the documents I told you, the conference, agents do not have conferences. They book it. Hotel, agents are not having hotel. They book it. The tourist attraction center, is it for the agent? They book it. The properties, if you have properties, if you have your land, it's the same land an agent is having. Just get a document. If you have a house, it's the same house document an agent will use. If you have a bank statement, it's the same bank statement. The only thing that would differ is probably the sum of the money inside. But I'm telling you how you be able to build a bank statement that will reflect your pay slip, so that even if you don't have enough money, they even know that you're comfortable, because you take this money, you spend this money, you're comfortable at the end of the month. And so they don't look at how much is in the bank statement. Even if they're looking at how much, they want to know if you'll be able to go to US and come back. But they want to look at in-depth of debt. That is something we call financial circumstances. So they want to look at your financial circumstances, whether you're comfortable way back home. Because if you look at how much is in your bank statement alone, they know you can go for a loan. You can go and get money from your friend, put it in 100,000 Ghana cedis, and come and give it to them. Meanwhile, you're not having a proper work in Ghana. So they don't consider how much is in the bank statement like that. Even if they are considering, it's just they want to know that it will be able to take you up and down. But they want to know how you spend and the salary you take. And that is why your pay slip should reflect in your bank statement. The pay slip should reflect on the bank statement and also your spendings. And that is why you're not supposed to withdraw the money once a month, but periodically. You understand? So, beloved, this is the best thing that I can offer you for your B1, B2 documentations. Our next discussion will be either 6:30 p.m. or 7 p.m. And that is, we're going to learn how to fill the DS-160 form. And then we are closed for DS B1, B2. So if somebody is going for a conference, a talk, nobody should worry me again. The video is on my YouTube channel. It will be stored on Facebook as well. Sometimes when I show personal details like the telephone number and other stuff, YouTube might redraw the video down. That is why quickly I deleted the telephone numbers, right? Even though they were not my numbers, sometimes YouTube do not want you to show telephone numbers and other details. So when they put the video down, I will download it again from the software. It will be stored on my software. So I will download it and then I will cover those pages and repost it for you guys to watch again. Okay, so share the link to your friends who were not able to join. That, beloved, 2025, 2026, we are applying conferences, tour together. We don't need to have a family member in USA before we get invitation. No, we are spending $500 to book a conference, a proper conference, being registered in the USA, where they'll give us notarized. They'll even inform the embassy before we go and sit there for the conference. And that is what I told you about the notarized invitation. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the evening around 6:30 or 7 p.m. UK time or Ghana time. Bye-bye.